had him as a sponsor, promoted it some. But when I saw dramatic, like off-the-charts results, I mean, sure, 40-something pounds. I'm doing exactly what I was doing before. Eating the same stuff, everything, just taking a few of the products. And I'm like, I got to take all of them now. And the effects I've seen everywhere else, it's nothing less than amazing. But the truth is amazing. The system knows this and has suppressed this. Until just 30, 40 years ago, they ground up bone meal and put it in all the bread because it would have the amino acids and minerals in them. They don't do that now. They know what they're doing. They know it. The average doctor doesn't. They're compartmentalized. Let's jam in Craig. You're on the air with Dr. Wallach. Go ahead.
Hi, how you doing? I have a few things. One is, well, I have two questions, and basically my boss has type 2 diabetes, and I started using the Tangy Tangerine a few days ago, but I've been researching it a lot. Will that by itself cure his type 2 diabetes, or at least change it?
Type 2 diabetes, again, we've known for 60 years, Greg, that it's a simple mineral deficiency disease with concurrent damage to the cell wall so it doesn't recognize insulin. So if he changes his diet, the thing that got him in trouble, no fried foods, no processed meats or nitrates and nitrites, absolutely no oils of any kind, no cooking oils, no salad dressings. If you eat canned fish, it's fine, but they've got to be packed in water, not oils. And take these sweeties with that, appropriate for body weight. And what does your boss weigh?
Oh, God, about 260.
Okay, then he would need 3 Alex packs per month, one full dose of each of the 3 products of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He would need 9 of the sweeties a day, 3 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Make sure he takes his fasting blood sugar every morning before he medicates himself, because the blood sugar will drop. Sometimes I've seen it drop in as much as quickly as 12 hours. Within 2 or 3 days, the actual blood sugar will drop, say, from 200, even with injectable insulin, 300, 500 with injectable insulin. It'll drop down to as low as 60. And so they will have to make sure they're adjusting their medication based on their blood sugar levels. And usually, I've seen it as quickly as 2 days. Sometimes it's taken a couple of months to wean off their medication based on these supplement programs. Again, this is based on...
But bottom line, you got to get off the processed foods and the trans fats, and you got to get the basic minerals the body needs. So it sounds easy, but it takes actually... I mean, I haven't even done half of what I need to, and I've lost 40-plus pounds and feel great. And all sorts of stuff's happening. I'm not going to get into it. I have a family member whose hair was falling out a year ago. I'm just going to leave it at that. A woman, and the hair is coming back in, okay? I appreciate your call. Doc, what's happening there?
What's happening with the hair? Well, the hair, of course, has to do with the skin. And the hair is something that's very interesting. If you look at the Chinese and you look at the Japanese, you rarely see a Japanese or Chinese guy with white hair. You rarely see them go bald. And they're taking in enormous amounts of minerals in the Japanese and the Chinese diet. And so if you take in these minerals in the Alex pack, hair will come back. I've seen male pattern baldness in women because they're gluten intolerant. They can't absorb minerals, whatever little bits in their diets. And you get them on a gluten-free diet. You throw the Alex pack at them, appropriate for body weight, and the hair will come back. Their nails are good. Their skin looks beautiful.
And it's an epidemic of women with thyroid and hair falling out.
Yes, and these are all reversible by supplementing properly. And again, we've known this in some for thyroid.
Show horses and show cows. They hop them up on extra vitamins and minerals.
Exactly. They got to look their best, whether it's their hair, their performance, that twinkle in their eye, their energy. And this is a big thing with the animal industry. You have to take the supplements appropriate for body weight. Even in dogs, Alex, they have diets for toy dogs under 10 pounds of body weight. They got diets for giant breeds over 100 pounds. They have diets for 50-pound dogs. And because it's all done by body weight. And that's what you heard me ask people, what do you weigh? Because that's the only way you can get the proper
They even have diets
results.
to make people docile.
That's true. That's true. If you get people on a diet that's loaded with whole grains. Hold on. You know what? I know I've kept you 30 minutes longer. Okay. I got calls and a ton of news. But I want to come back, have you finish that story, and talk to Kathy, listening on 1630 KKGM up in Dallas, Fort Worth, and then CJ. Oh, we got Dan on XM 166 and John on XM 166. We'll take 4 more calls. That's all I got time for. Can you do it, Doc? For you, Alex, you bet.
I know he's got people there trying to drag him out to a meeting, but folks, this is real. This is real. We'll be right back.
We're on the march. The empire's on the
that have no substance and no dimension.
Alex Jones here, back live. We've got a lot of info to cover in a short time to get there, but I want to jam in quick calls with a quick question and quick comment by Dr. Joel Wallach, who is our guest today, and all of his information and research is at InfoWarsTeam.com, and it is revolutionary. It's common sense, but it's revolutionary. But reading up on feeding different things to farm animals to make them docile, we then see the very same things being done to the general population. And the fluoride, all of it. You were trying to get into that before we went to break, Doc.
Yes, of course. You make people minerally deficient. For instance, lithium, we've known for a long time, lithium deficiency causes depression. And lithium is a trace mineral. It's not a drug, but although they would like to prescribe it as a drug, it's actually a trace mineral. So you make people lithium deficient, you make them magnesium deficient, you make them excess fluoride at that same time, you put them on whole grains, and it's like putting people in the feedlot. They just become as steers, no hormones, and lots of big belly fat, like a beer belly, and they just sit around and are happy watching football. They're not interested in being free patriots anymore.
How do you naturally boost, say, testosterone in a male?
10 eggs a day. I had 4 for breakfast with a steak and sliced tomatoes, and I'm going to have 4 again this evening, plus a steak and all my supplements. Testosterone, Alex, is a steroid hormone. 95% of all steroid hormones are cholesterol. So you, by weight, they're cholesterol. So you must.
So you need that the raw stuff is in the eggs and the steak.
The eggs and the steak. Throw away the chicken and eat the skin, just not fried. You want to eat red meat, not tofu. You need to eat eggs for breakfast, not cereal. You want to be a steer in the feedlot, eat cereal for breakfast. You want to be a man, eat eggs.
And you are about to be 73, pal, and you look like you could kick my butt right now.
Well, I eat 8 to 10 eggs a day, plus 2 steaks a day. And I do take the Alex pack. I take 2 Alex packs. I had 1 for breakfast, plus my 78 tablets, pills, and capsules. I make sure that you and I will be the last men standing.
Well, hopefully if I can start doing all the stuff you're doing, my goodness. Okay, real fast, let's talk to Kathy in Texas, 1630 listener, up in the DFW area. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. I'm on the Alex pack and I'm feeling great, but now I need to figure out what to do for my grandson who is almost 3. He's been diagnosed under that spectrum of autism. He barely talks. From a baby, he had really bad eczema. And he seems to be allergic to almost everything, including eggs.
All right, get him off all television. I would say that first because the studies are showing that's causing the neurons to develop incorrectly. Doctor, what are you going to say?
Okay, well, the fact that he has eczema tells me that he has a gluten intolerance. He must get off of all wheat, barley, rye, or oats instantly. If you got it in the house, everybody in the house must be on a gluten-free diet, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. Get out of the house now as soon as you hang up. Nobody in the house can eat this stuff because crumbs get in the furniture and he crawls around. He'll get it from someplace or they wash their clothes together. For autism, he needs the Alex pack. How much does this kid weigh?
Probably about 20 pounds. He's not really thriving.
Okay. Has he had a bunch of vaccines?
Small. Yes, of course.
Well, we can repair the damage, but he needs to be off of all gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. He needs to be on the Alex pack. If he weighs 20 pounds, the OsteoFX Plus, he can have a teaspoon of that twice a day. It's 1 teaspoon for 20 pounds of body weight twice a day. You mix up the Beyond Tangerine in 2 scoops and say...
What about sunlight?
Well, sunlight will help, help repair the damage, but it's an inside thing, Alex. Inside meaning he's got to get off the gluten so he can absorb the omega-3s, the zinc, all this stuff, the lithium. And if he gets on a gluten-free diet, he can go out in the sun. Just be careful. I want it in the morning sun so he doesn't get burnt. And give him 2 teaspoons of that Beyond Tangerine a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner. Give him 2 of those EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner. Get him off of gluten. And no sugar, natural or processed. And I had kids who were 9 years old, they hadn't talked in 9 years. This is up in Canada. They had not talked in 9 years. And just in 6 weeks on this program, the Alex Pack, getting off of sugar, getting off of gluten in 6 weeks. They're running around giggling, singing, reading, grabbing their mom's hand, hugging her, saying, "Come on, let's play, Mom." And they hadn't talked one word in 9 years.
God bless you, ma'am. It's incredible information. All I know is Aaron Dykes lost 91 pounds, and I've seen this reverse Alzheimer's in people. And it's because people don't have the minerals they need, and they're not getting the exercise they need, and all this. Briefly, Dr. Wallach, what does the gluten do? Because, I mean, they're now admitting this is what's screwing people up. You've been saying it for 30 years.
Yeah.
What is the gluten doing?
Well, gluten makes your intestines look like you've been eating poison ivy for salads. It's a contact enteritis. It's not an allergy to wheat, although medical doctors and their little pea brains make that mistake. They think it's an allergy, and they will test you for it, and you're negative. It's not an allergy. It's like if you roll around in poison ivy, you're going to get a contact dermatitis, even though you're not allergic to poison ivy. If you eat gluten and you have a gluten intolerance, your intestines look like you've been eating poison ivy for a salad. And Mayo Clinic in 2009 came out and said, right there in Minneapolis, Rochester, Minnesota, that 30% of Americans now have gluten intolerance. And in enlightened communities around universities, it's 80 out of 100.
Yeah, I've got to get off that stuff. Thank you, ma'am. Let's talk to Dan in Virginia, listening on XM Channel 166.
General Jones, Dr. Wallach, you guys have saved my life. I'm an underwater criminal investigator. I could not get back on the boat with my gear on. Now I can get back on the boat with all my gear on. Thank you guys so much. I have a question. I have a girlfriend that has polymyositis. She's gluten-free, and I was wondering what products I could get her on to help her with this situation.
Okay, well, polymyositis is actually kind of another old-timey name for fibromyalgia, which is a cousin to lupus. She needs to get on a gluten-free diet. And how much does she weigh?
She's right at 190.
Okay, she needs
5'8".
Okay, she needs 2 Alex packs per month. There's 1 Alex pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. She's going to need 9 selenium a day, 3 of our ultimate seleniums at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's 3 bottles a month. She's going to need the glucogel, the raw materials to support and promote maintenance and repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue. I want her to have 15 of those capsules a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. Get her off all the bad stuff, including gluten, absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils. And she will be a new woman, and she will lose the weight. How tall is she?
She's 5'7".
5'7"? Well, she'll get down to about 150, 160 within 30 to 60 days.
God bless you, sir. I appreciate your call. All I know is this has been working around my office and at my house. It's just incredible, and it's all at InfoWarsTeam.com, and the system does not want people having this information. Let's go ahead and take another call here, and we're going to let the good doc go. Let's talk to Bruce, listening on WLUV 1520 AM in Illinois. Bruce, go ahead. Sorry to the other callers, but I got to hit the other news. Go ahead, Bruce. You're on the air.
Hello. I'm a first-time caller. I feel like I hit a grand slam. Say, my mother has Parkinson's disease, and it's debilitating her quite a bit here lately. Is there something that will help that?
Absolutely. How much does your mom weigh?
She's